Today I'm going to be showing you how to use Magic Studio in Canva. This was a project outline I created using Magic Write on Canva, which I will show you a little bit more later, and I just put in a few pieces of criteria I wanted it to outline, and then I asked it to create me a four-step rubric, and it did so based upon the outline that it had just created. So to use Magic Write, you just click on the plus button beside there and you can put in what you would like it to do. Here I'm asking it to create a lesson plan based upon the grade 7 healthy living curriculum in Nova Scotia, and I provided one outcome that I wanted it to hit on, and it created me this really long lesson plan here. So as you can see, it touches on objectives, the materials needed for the lesson, and it breaks it down step by step, as well as shows you the amount of time you should spend on each section. It also usually adds on some activities that the students can do throughout the lesson, and it is overall pretty engaging. I have used this before and will continue to use it. It gives a pretty basic lesson that gives you new ideas that maybe you haven't thought of before. And I definitely have used this before when last minute sub-planning, just to kind of alleviate some stress on what my students will do the next day with someone who I might not know. The next thing I'm going to show you is how to use Canva's AI or Magic Write to create a presentation. So if you hit the star in the corner in the bottom right there, and you hit Magic Write and you put in, for example, I'm choosing a grade 7 science outcome, it will create an entire paragraph, sometimes more, about your topic. And you can either choose to insert that text into your slideshow, or if you go back into that and just do the normal search instead of hitting Magic Write, so for example, I'm just pasting the outcome here, it will show you a bunch of graphics that have to do with the topic that you put in, or down below it will create a suggested slideshow based upon your prompt. And so this one I'm clicking here is on particles in motion, and as you can see, it created 17 pages for me that I can add as I go. And it's pretty accurate and it's pretty engaging, easy to look at. I know my students could definitely follow along with this. It's not very wordy and it's got very easy graphics. The next thing I'm going to show you is how to create a class in Canva. So on the left hand side, if you hit the plus button with create a class, you can put the title of your class in, hit continue, and it will give you a bunch of different options on how to share the link and invite your students to join the class. Another thing that I want to show you is something that's recently new to Canva. And if you hit projects here, Canva has actually already created a bunch of presentations and materials for teachers. So you'll see here, it has created science, math, English, etc. lessons based upon certain outcomes and topics. There's a pretty good range of different options, however, there's not all subject areas. And the really cool thing is, if you open a lesson, you save it to your folder, I'll show you here that it actually gives you different materials. And the first one is usually a presentation. As you'll see here, this one's on Express, Support, and Convince, so it's an English lesson. And all of this you can easily adapt, keep the same. You can add or delete slides as you please. And they're pretty nice. They're well created. and then it usually gives work or solo work for students as well. And so I'm actually going to show you how you can add this to your class, for example. So if you want to post it into your Canva classroom for your students to see, you can just move it to the folder of the class that you're looking to post it in. And then if you go to your class, you'll see that it's right there, and students can view it and see everything as well. The final thing that I want to showcase, one of my favorite modes or possibilities on Canva, is that when you are in present mode, you can actually press these keys to do certain things. So if you press B, it blurs your screen. If you press C, it does a big blow of confetti. D for drum roll. M is for a mic drop. Students like to use this one for themselves. If you press O, it creates bubbles. My younger students love this one. If you press Q, it brings up an emoji that is shh in the class, and U closes a curtain, and if you press U again, it'll open it with a big round of applause. And then one of my favorite things is that for the numbers 0 to 9, if you want a timer to pop up, so for example, if you press 5, it'll bring up a 5-minute timer. You can hit play, and as you move through the slides, it will stay there as well. And then it'll play a sound when it's finished. And so Canva has put a easy tab on the side that takes you to their Magic Studio. So there's a bunch of different possibilities. Magic Write's the one that I've been using for text. And then there's a bunch of different ones as well for photo and video editing as well as text art. They're all really easy to use, and they actually will show a tutorial for you as well when you click on any of them.